And a lot of people are asking the question, is Hanoi safe to travel since the hurricane Yagi? And so I'm going to do a little live stream with you and just in real time walk around and show you. Here we have the downtown Old Quarter. You can see it's busy as ever. And a lot of the trees that got messed up, they've reinforced them. A lot of them they put back up. And you can see there's loads of tourists here, lots of people, and the trees have been fixed, and all the trees that got knocked down, they're cleared. It's business as usual, man. It's busy as hell down here in the Old Quarter. You can see here's a little cyclo, or a rickshaw. I don't know what they call these now. But yeah, it's groovy, baby. It's groovy. So I'm heading to Da Nang. I've been in Hanoi for about 3 weeks, and I'm ready for a change. I'm gonna go to Da Nang and then maybe go stay in Hoi An. I do know it's rainy down there, and a typhoon actually passed through. Here's some locals eating some soup. Look at the beautiful Vietnamese ladies. A typhoon did head straight towards Da Nang and then made a detour. And here's some exciting news, guys. My footage of the typhoon in my last video got 50,000 views, and a reporter from the UK TV channel, Channel 5, reached out to me and said, hey, we want to tell your story in a full documentary, a 45-minute documentary. It's a TV show about extreme weather on Channel 5. And so they're going to interview me and use all my footage, all my B-roll. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's amazing. Like, the city was just trashed. All the trees were knocked down. There's a beautiful jewelry shop. Look at some of this jewelry, huh? It's jade. Wow. And these traditional Vietnamese vases. Yeah, so they're going to be filming that, interviewing me, and that should come out in about 3 months. Here's some of the things to do here in Vietnam. This is really close to Hanoi. It's Ninh Binh. And that's literally what it usually looks like. Super crowded. I stayed in Ninh Binh for 2 weeks. Look at that delicious Vietnamese food. And it's totally safe, 100% safe. Don't worry about it. You can come here, you can get some of these meat patties. I don't know what that is, but it looks good, doesn't it? You can get yourself a little pepperoni wiener. That was my nickname in high school. Oh yeah, a lot of these little places selling coffee. This is weasel coffee, really famous in Vietnam. It's actually eaten by a weasel and then pooped out. They poop it out. They poop it out and then turn it into coffee so that you can poop it out. And then the earth absorbs it and it poops it out. And that's all life is, isn't it? Just a series of people consuming things and pooping it out. Look at everywhere you go, you can get cell phones. You can get iPhones. And here's the Bodhi. This is not Buddha, guys. Everybody thinks this is the Buddha. He's actually Bodhi. This is Buddha. This is Siddhartha. The Bodhi was a monk, and he was just really fat and happy. So, don't body shame, okay? Oh, here's some tourists. Hello. I need a girlfriend. Okay. So, yeah. Hanoi, Old Quarter. Check it out. Busy as ever, safe as ever. Right now, Thailand is super expensive. Well, it's cheap, but 3 months ago, 1 Canadian dollar would get me 27 baht. Now, I get 24 baht because the baht is super strong and inflation's hit it really hard there. And Vietnam is still, I find, really cheap, especially compared to Thailand. You gotta be careful here, guys, watching your phone when you're walking around, because you'll see guys on two guys on a scooter. They'll usually be wearing masks, thanks COVID. They're usually wearing masks, but they will come and snatch your phone. So you got to be careful. And then, of course, because you're using it, it's unlocked. Then they get in. This is every country, by the way. Then they get into your pussy cups. They get into your Gmail and your bank accounts and your crypto, and they change all the passwords immediately. So have two-factor authentication on everything. And these donut ladies, yeah. So speaking of the donut ladies, come on. Speaking of the donut ladies, I'll tell you about all the scams. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about the top scams here in Vietnam when you visit. The donut ladies will offer you a free sample. Then when you eat the free sample, they ask you for money, and they'll fill you a little bag of donuts and they'll charge you like $5. Not all of them, but you got to really watch your negotiations. Like, don't take anything free. Nothing in life is free, especially in Vietnam. That's not true. You get a lot of free stuff in Vietnam. They're lovely. But there are a lot of scammers in the old quarter. So another scam is the taxis. Pretty much every taxi driver is a scam artist. That's why you use Uber, you use Grab, you use Grab. These guys in the green jackets, that's Grab. You get the app, G-R-A-B. You'll never get scammed by the Grab drivers. But anybody that comes up to you and they're like, taxi, you gotta watch out for them. What else? Oh, restaurant scams. So this is especially pertinent for you single guys that love the Vietnamese ladies, and you come here expecting to get easy dates with Vietnamese ladies on Tinder. Hello, oh no thank you, no donuts for me. I'll tell you about the shoe fixing scam after this. So that you come here and you use Tinder, you're like, wow, I'm matching with all these beautiful girls. What they do is they say, hey, what are you doing right now? They say, where do you live? You say Old Quarter. Then they go, oh, good. That's perfect. Okay, no normal chick lives in the Old Quarter. Nobody lives in the Old Quarter. The scammers, they hang out in the bars here in the restaurants, and they're called booking girls. So they'll say, hey, meet me for food at this restaurant at 7 p.m. Then at 7 p.m., you meet them and they start ordering drinks, they start ordering food, and then you get a bill for a 10 million dong. It'll be $100, $200, $300. If they go to the bar, it's balloons, and then they go to the bathroom and you never see them again, and some big guys come and stand in front of you demanding money. And if you don't pay it, they beat your ass. So it's just better to pay it. So if it's too good to be true, don't do it. But it's always the same. It's always the same. Is the girl wants to meet you immediately or the next day at a very specific time, and she's usually really hot, usually under 30 years old, and she wants to meet you at a restaurant. So don't let them choose the restaurant. Actually, I found 100% of the girls on Tinder and Bumble to be scammers. I was playing around with it, just seeing if it worked, and the first thing I messaged them is, just so you know, if you're a scammer, a booking girl scammer trying to get me into an expensive restaurant, I'm not interested. 100% of them delete you. Another thing they do is they say, hey, do you have WhatsApp? And no Vietnamese people really use WhatsApp except for business. They all use Zalo. So if they ask you for your WhatsApp right away, they're a scammer. Okay, another scam is you'll see these guys everywhere that are shining shoes. Not shining shoes, they have shoe repair kits. And they'll point at your flip-flops and they'll say it's broken. You go, and so a lot of times your flip-flops are falling apart. I mean, a pair of flip-flops is $5, but they'll take one of your you'll say how much, and they'll say like 20,000, which is $1. So they get a piece of rubber, they cut it out, they stick it on your flip-flop, they glue it, and then they look at you. Because they only fix one flip-flop, and then they ask for like 200, 300 dong, $5, $6 to fix your other flip-flop, and they hold the one flip-flop hostage. So, don't do it. There's some tours to How Long Bay. How Long Bay got trashed by not the water, but the town. How Long Bay, the Typhoon Yagi came straight across here and trashed it. But it's a beautiful place. You can get tours on these boats. You get what you pay for. If it's like, oh, only $30. If you're like, oh, it's only $30, that's because it's going to be a shitty boat with frozen food. And it's going to suck. So you spend a little bit more money, get on a better boat. Yeah, beautiful day today. Sunny, busy. Look at it. I see you, bro. Crazy scam, sussy. First red flag, how anxious they are. Yeah, it's true, they're kind of anxious. It's true, the girls will be kind of anxious, not all the time, but they want to disappear. Like, they get you into the restaurant or bar, they start ordering all kinds of shit, and then they disappear and leave you with a bill. And the cops don't care, the cops are in on it. Look at these beautiful buildings. So Hanoi was, you know, colonized by the French, and the French brought a lot of the architecture with them. And so that's why you've got this French vibe, and that's why you have delicious food like banh mi. You know, a lot of Asians, they don't really eat much bread, but here they eat a ton of bread. Let's go down to the lake. This is the little sunglass area where they sell lots of sunglasses. You can get some good deals on nice sunglasses and stuff. Yeah, you got to negotiate for everything, of course. Thanks for the info. Yeah. Do I live in Vietnam? No, man, I'm just a traveler. I just kind of, look at this lady selling flip-flops out here. Oh, I gotta watch my phone. Yeah. She's got a little automated thing yelling, "Get your flip-flops here." Look at this guy with this giant camera, man. He's got it tied to his wrist. He's got the right idea. Yeah, peace. Sing Chao. That's a nice camera. Look, I like this.
Yeah.
That's for safety, huh?
Okay.
So they don't take it.
Yeah.
Are you from Vietnam?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay, come on. Friendly people. Vietnam. So there are a lot of scams. Another scam is the bank machine scams. Okay, so when you use a bank machine, you got to check it and make sure it's not loose at all, because there's a lot of phishing, and so the mob will put in fake, like a fake top to the bank machine, and then when you punch in your code, they get your number, they get in, they start buying shit all over the world. When you're traveling the world, you gotta check your banks very often, check your credit cards, see your balance, make sure nothing funny's going on. Also, the currency conversion. Never use the currency converters unless you're very vigilant. Don't bring a ton of cash to Vietnam or to any of these countries and then expect to exchange it. The bank machines give you a great rate most of the time, especially if you use a Wise card or one of these low fee cards. I use the bank Wise. When you use the bank machine, it's going to ask you for a currency convert. Do you want us to convert your currency? It's a huge scam. They will rip you off like 20%. You always say, no, let my bank do it. Okay? Let your bank do the conversion. So when I leave a country, a lot of these countries like Vietnam will not take Cambodian riel. So if you leave the country with $100 in Cambodian money, you're screwed. No one's going to take it. Same if you go from Bali to Thailand. Sometimes you can't get rid of your baht or your dong or anything. Lots of massage parlors here. Let's see how much a massage. If you want to get your nails done, guys, it's only $1.50. That's 150. Oh no, 150K. So it's about 20. It's about 15K for $1 US. I say about 20. So that's the prices of stuff. Yeah, so they'll rip you off. Don't they take pesos? No, they do not take pesos. Who are you? Yeah, so the skimmers don't do currency conversion. And if you have to go to the currency converter, you always write down how much you have, or you tell them how much you have. Say you have 100 USD, and you say, how much will you give me? And you make them write it on a piece of paper and show it to you. Because once you hand them the money, they can give you whatever they want legally. I've seen people get scammed for like so much money, and they get so mad, and the people are behind a piece of plexiglass. They just say, what you gonna do about it? You screwed up, you're an idiot. So you have an app on your phone like Currency Plus, and you always check the conversion rates. I'm willing to spend $5 to convert like $100, no problem, right? But anything more than $5, if I'm not doing it, and you shouldn't be carrying more than $300 or $400 on you ever, because you can use any bank machine anywhere, and if you have a Wise card, they charge you 2%, or $2. No, I don't need motorbike.
Okay.
Thank you. These guys, Grab. The Grab guys will constantly come up to you and say motorbike, motorbike, but if you use, they'll charge you 3 times what you would get if you use the app. And I know the app is a pain in the ass for the locals trying to make a living, but it's much safer. There's accountability. They're not gonna fuck around. Here's a ice cream. They love their ice cream here. Look at this lady just chowing down. Nom nom nom. Yum 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 yum. I'm from Canada. I'm from Vancouver, Canada originally. We're going down to the lake, and you can see like the trees are all cleaned up, man. The hurricane did a big number on the city, but now it's totally back to normal. Except there's less trees, but a lot of the trees they've replaced them. But a lot of the trees are gone. You just wouldn't even know they were there, so it's kind of sad. This lady's selling smokes. Cigarettes are so cheap here, but a lot of them are not real, right? Like if you smoke, they're not real. And see this Vietnamese girl covering her, oh, she took it off, but they cover their faces a lot of the times, and with, they're doing selfies because they don't want to get dark. They want to keep their skin light, so they cover their skin up. Does not seem like Canada there. No, I'm in Hanoi. I'm in Hanoi, Vietnam. Sorry. Look at these. Oh, hello. Look at the nice cafes everywhere, man. Sorry. Nice cafes everywhere. Guy bumped into me. I should beat him up. This dude's chillaxing with his shirt off, getting some vitamin D. He looks like he works out, huh? For you gay guys, there's a hottie for you. Because no women watch my channel. But yeah, like I said, my footage of the hurricane is going to be featured in a documentary in the UK, which is really cool. Maybe it'll get me more traffic to my YouTube channel. Is it like Thailand? No. Yes and no. I mean, look, it's typical, but in the cities are kind of similar, but the food is different. Thai food is quite a bit different, and the same. This is Highlands Coffee. This is a really famous, nice spot to go sit up and take a look. And above, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different restaurants there. I like to go to Highlands. It's very loud in there, though. Thailand, the people look different. I think there's beautiful Thai people, but the Vietnamese women, wow, they're something else. Thailand has much better nature as far as islands and beaches, because the coast here in Vietnam is lots of waves. It's one long coast, and they do have islands. I haven't explored a lot of them, but it's nothing like Koh Phangan Yan, Koh Samui, Koh Tao, the PP Islands, and all the secret islands I'm not going to share in this video because I don't want to ruin them, but like Koh Lanta. Oh, hey ladies. Hey ladies, get funky. Here you can get all the cities now in Vietnam have these Hanoi city tours. They're only 150,000 dong. That's like $6, and you can drive around all day in these double-decker buses. It's cheap. Everything's much cheaper in Vietnam right now. What else is different? I don't know, man. It's just different, you know. It's a different kind of Buddhism, different kind of religion. I think Thailand's better for a first-time traveler. It's easy. It's really easy. Vietnam is also very touristic, but it's much easier. This little island here at this lake, I can't remember the name of this little lake, but it's very famous. You have to pay to go in there, and there's a pagoda, and people go in there and take pictures and look around. That's the red bridge, the little red bridge over there. Where are you guys all from? This is real nice. Give us the goods. Super cap, man. Oh, you like my hat? No cap? What do you mean? What, you want me to take my cap off? Like that? There you go. Hey! I just shaved my beard off today, so I look kind of strange. Like, I feel naked without a beard, but I was shaving and I put the wrong setting on it. I took my beard off. But you gotta wear a hat because it's so hot. There's so much sun. It's gonna cook you. Sharp. Hey, thanks, bro. I think I'm looking good. Check the jawline. Look at my mandibles. I'm so lucky that God gifted me mandibles that are nice and square, right? So how much does the ticket average and how long is the flight? Well, from where? I mean, I don't know where you're from. Are you from Timbuktu or Nigeria? From Canada, it used to be, I used to be able to get one-way flights for like $500 from Canada when I shopped ahead, like 2 months ahead. But these days, man, after the coup, everything's gone up and inflation. It's just not the same as it used to be. Look at this beautiful lake, huh? This beautiful polluted lake. There's another big lake called West Lake. I was staying in a place called Tejo, and Tejo's a nice quiet area that way, where the expats and English teachers live. It's more quiet, more chill than down here in the old quarter. But the lake, I walk around the lake and you just see dead fish all the time, just floating all in garbage and shit. Like, it's kind of sad. It's beautiful, but you don't want to swim in this shit. You'll come out with like the swamp thing. You'll get radioactive superpowers. So there's still lots of trees, but you can see what they've done. So the ones that fell over, they actually reinforced them. They hold them up. From California, right now, man, like a return ticket, I don't know, man. You got to look on Google Flights. You go on Google Flights, and I find the best deals on there. And you gotta, buying a flight now, man, it's like an art form. There's so much bullshit that the airlines try to charge you for extra baggage, weight, layovers to get like oh, hello. Oh, come on. No, I have water already. She's trying to sell me some water, but I've got 2 liters in my backpack. You just go on Google Flights and they have a really good search function, and I find the best prices on there. But always buy directly from the airline. Don't use those third party like trip.com or anything, because you'll get fucked. And I should make a whole video on how to just save money when you're flying. California, more donut ladies. Yeah, so you can see it's nice down here. There's the red bridge. Yeah. You can guess why it's called the Red Bridge. So I'm going to Da Nang, which is a much quieter, there's my hair, which is a much quieter city. And it's really cheap, cheaper than Hanoi even for accommodations. You can get a big hotel room right next to the beach with a gym and a swimming pool on the roof for like 20 USD per night. 20. If you spend 30 or 40, man, you're living like a lord, like a little lord. So, what place would I recommend for the first time? Real? Well, what country? Do you mean Vietnam? First time travelers, Thailand, you can't go wrong. Mexico, of course. Mexico's a little bit different. But Thailand, Vietnam, they're really safe, really cheap, really easy to get around. Like, it's not difficult. Even Vietnam is super easy to travel. Oh, there's some ladies and some... See what I mean? All the hot girls come here to get their pictures taken in their traditional outfits and stuff. In Thailand, it depends what you're into, man, because some people like to go to Phuket. Some people want to play with, you know, the freelance girls. They go to Pattaya. There's other stuff going on in Pattaya, like you can get cheap places to live. A lot of people love Bangkok. Personally, I like Chiang Mai, but not Chiang Mai. I go to Chiang Mai and then I go further into the jungle and I go to a small town called Pai, P-A-I. Really fun place. I like small places in nature. Pai, or you go to the islands, Koh Phangan, Koh Phi Phi, Koh Tao. You can travel, man. You come for a month and you can travel and see all the main places in Thailand. You'll see everyone goes to the same places. So here's the little traditional entrance. This is more Vietnamese looking. The food like in Thailand, spicy, same as in a Thai restaurant, but slightly different. I don't know, man. Just Thailand's food, it's not the same as the Thai food back in Canada. It looks the same, but it tastes much better in Thailand. That's what I believe. And yeah, so I would say go to the islands, do some tours. It's really easy, man, but you got to do a little research the scams, you know, like just Google like scams in Thailand so you don't get hit up by all the same scams every single time. Yeah, Vietnam food, yeah, well, you got pho, of course, P-H-O, which is noodle beef soup, and then they got 100 kinds of soup. Vietnam has a lot of different foods. I mean, it's hard to tell you, a lot of rice and chicken and fish and pork and beef. They like beef as well. Here we go. This is where they're all coming in to walk down this bridge and go in there and get their pictures taken. You can see it's super busy. Lots of tourists. Lots of. I think she looks like a Filipino. And so a lot of the trees are still here. But you can see, like this tree, for example, the top is cut off. So there used to be a nice tree there. There's a lot more trees. I would say about 20% of the trees in the city got knocked down. Like, look at this one over here. See, this one chopped right across the top. There used to be a huge tree. All gone. Yeah, the war stuff, the war museums are awesome, man. In Hanoi and in Ho Chi Minh, they have tanks and jets and planes, and the story is, you know, it's the War of Independence here. That's what they call it. I think, I might be wrong about that, but they call it the War of Independence. Really good museums, you know, just a few bucks to enter them and see the story of the Vietnam War. But there's like the tunnels, you can go visit the tunnels and go under the ground. A lot of the tunnels are fake, they're just made for tourists, they're not the actual Vietnam War tunnels. But you can go pretend you're a tunnel rat fighting Charlie. Or whatever. Right, yeah, there's lots of war stuff, there's lots of pagodas. There's lots to do, man, and it's very affordable and very safe. Other than the scams, like look at this whole area, there used to be a bunch of trees here. They're all gone. It's kind of a bummer, but you know, they're gonna grow new ones. There's still plenty of trees though. That's why if you come to Vietnam, you might go to Ho Chi Minh, but I find Hanoi much more interesting, much more. Oh, sorry guys, I hit mute. Yeah, like I said, you're not going to get any coochie in the coochie tunnels. Yeah, so that's about it, man. And I got to do some work now. So I'm going to bounce out. I got a flight to Da Nang, and then I'll make a video in Da Nang, maybe. It's a place where digital nomads like to go because it's cheap and cheaper rent there, and it's close to the beach, more close to nature, less hectic. So, okay, until next time guys, adios.